Peace and love. Peace, Islam, Islam. Peace to everybody that's out there. We are live and direct. This is your brother, Lloyd Douglas, also known as Sharif Ali. You are listening to the True and Living Lightbringer Moors in America. We are here. When I say we, I'm here with Sheik D. Clement L. and Sheik J. Bey. That is the Chairman and Assistant Grand Sheik of Temple 30, Columbus, Ohio, respectively, in that order. And we are going to be speaking with Sheik Kenu Bey, Supreme Grand Sheik of the Moorish American Temple of America, of the Unity Temples. And we've had our brother on here before. I'm going to show you real quick, just do a quick screen share to show you some of the previous videos right here on this channel. You can go to Moorish America on YouTube. If you're watching this on Facebook or somewhere else, you can go to the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. Go to the YouTube channel, and whether you're on the phone or tablet, whatever, just type in there Kenu Bey, and you could pull up. See, we have two other interviews on here. Okay, so you can go and check those out. Just if you want to get more information, more understanding, definitely advise everybody to go and do that. But we're speaking right now, and for people who are watching this live, if you have questions, type them in the chat. People watching this on the recording, just type your comments in there. Ask your questions in the comments, and we'll take some of them down, and we may be able to ask those next go around. So I'm gonna go ahead. I wanna yield the floor to you all, and just in the lineup we are on the screen right there, brother D. Clement L, brother Cole Bey, and then brother Kenu. Please let us know a little bit more about yourselves. Looks like we lost brother Cole Bey. Hopefully he hops back in here. But please let us know about you.
Islam. First and foremost, I'm risen, giving all praise to Allah. Highest honors to his prophet, Noble Ali. Highest honors to all the divinely sent, divinely led prophets. Highest honors to the forerunner of the prophet, Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Highest honors to our Supreme Grand Sheik Kenu Bey, his staff and officials up in Mecca and abroad. Highest honors to Douglas L. Highest honors to all of our staff and officials. Highest honors to all of the members, all of the Moorish American Muslims worldwide. First and foremost, I don't want to say humble, mild-mannered, peaceful, happy dude from Harlem, New York, and I'm just here to assist the prophet and everyone who is doing the work of assisting the prophet and uplifting fallen humanity. Islam, with that I yield.
Islam and gratitude. Brother Cole Bey, please let us know a little bit about yourself.
Islam, Grand Sheik. First, I rise and give perfect praise to the great God Allah, honors to the Prophet Noble Jew Ali, honors to the forerunner, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, honors to the first appointed prophet by the first appointed Grand Sheik by the Prophet, Brother Emil, honors to our Supreme Grand Sheik, Brother Kenu Bey, honors to you, Grand Sheik, honors to you, Chairman, honors to all the Muslims on the call on the planet. Islam, I was born in Chicago, South Side, Moorish Science. I originally got my card 2019 through Temple 7, Grand Major Temple, Islam. All honors again to Supreme Grand Sheik. And with that, again, as with the chairman, just humble, happy to do the work, happy to get down in the trenches for the prophet, Islam. And with that, I yield. Peace and love.
Islam and gratitude, brother. And real quick before our Supreme Grand Sheik speaks, just for those that don't know, I'm brother Lloyd Douglas L. Also, I'm the administrator here for this podcast, but I'm also a local Grand Sheik at Temple 30, Columbus, Ohio. And it's a pleasure to have you on here. Last but not least, our Supreme Grand Sheik, Brother Kenu Bey. Please let us know a little bit more about yourself.
Islam, praise be to Allah, the never sleeping God, Almighty, eternal, incomprehensible. I'd like to give praise be to Allah for sending us a holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, who brought us out of darkness into the marvelous light. I'd like to give honor to this forerunner, Brother Malcolm Side Garvey, intelligent rules the world, ignorant carries his burden. I'd like to give honor to our two flags, which makes us Moorish Americans. I'd like to give honor to our charter and its emanated authority and power to give us the will to practice unmolested nor contested Islam. I'd like to give honor to all who honor the truth and pity the fool who don't. I'd like to give honor once again to our prophet, Noble Drew Ali, and his appointed first Supreme Grand Sheik, L. May Allah continue to bless them all in their journey. Islam is my true religion. As I said before, this is my 51 year in the Moorish Temple of America. Islam is a journey for me. It's a love fest. And really, I can go on and on with that, but this is my mission to uplift fallen humanity and teach the truth and set the captive soul free. Islam, peace.
Islam, gratitude for that introduction. And let's go ahead and get things started. Before we do, real quick, I just want to let everybody know, check out this book, Unlocking the Keys. You can get that. Links in the description. Make sure you check that out. That's a metaphysical book from a Moorish perspective, a Moorish American Muslim perspective. And really, anybody in the world can grab that to gain a greater understanding of the lessons the Prophet created for us. Let's go ahead and jump into this. I want to ask Brother Clement L, would you please begin the questions for Supreme Grand Sheik?
Islam. See, the first question we have, the state of the nation, the Supreme Grand Sheik. When you look at the condition of Moorish Americans today, spiritually, socially, and nationally, how would you describe the current state of our nation?
Well, Islam, praise Allah, honor to the Prophet. That's a good question. It's like a puzzle. It's being pieced together. We have a lot of work ahead of us, with these general opinions of what the organization should look like and where we should go. But so far, we're still in the presence of Allah and our Prophet. Remember, this movement guided by Allah and Allah alone. So the movement's intact. It's just that we have to get in accord with the rules and usage of the Prophet, Noble Drew Ali, Islam. I think I want to say this, and I want to say it clearly, that Moors have to get into what the Prophet instructs us, that we should learn to love instead of hate. And we're not going to receive these blessings until our love is to each other. That's the contract. That's chapter 25 in our Moorish Holy Quran. That is a covenant that we have to complete in order for us to really raise to the mansion of eternal felicity in the paradise of Allah. The state of the nation is good as in a puzzle perspective. If you look at the Moorish Temple of American, and if you drunk on opinion, then you're subject to anything. But if you're going with the Prophet, there's interest moving in only one direction. That's onward and upward. So we have to be patient with the movement, because there's so much going on with the leaderships in the Moorish. I want to talk about that for just a few seconds. The leadership of the Moorish Temple of America. There's so many different opinions on what we should be doing and how we should be doing it. But there's no proof of truth, because until we get into the spirit of the Prophet on how he laid the foundation for the movement, we would never be able to see that divine opportunity arising as a great nation. But it's in a puzzle. I keep saying a puzzle position right now. Pieces need to be put together. Peace.
Islam. Let's see. Unity and organization. Unity has always been emphasized within the Moorish Temple of America. In your view, what are the most important steps Moors must take today to strengthen unity and organization across the nation?
First of all, we got to realize that we're one people, and we should learn to love instead of hate, and come together under the order of our prophet, Noble Jew Ali, in a simplicity way. We have to realize that the prophet suffered much due to the misunderstanding what this movement was dedicated to. So unity is in spirit, coming into the attribute in the spirit of Allah, that Allah is in all of us. We have to realize that we're not adversary, not opposite each other. You know what I'm saying? Because of our different teachers or our different subjects that we're being taught in our Sunday school. But the unity is not just a word. It's a heartfelt giving love for each other as brothers and sisters. It's when you really sit down and you study yourself and know that every living thing is bound by a cord, that no man live unto himself. That's the type of unity that we're talking about, a love fest. Islam, where we're working together in the spirit of our ancient mothers and fathers and building for the generation coming behind them of our youth. So when we say unity, we're talking about you and I tied a knot, you know what I'm saying? And get away from all the foolishness and folly and stop, looking at each other in a taunty way, So unity is much deeper as a practice, putting it into manifest. As it say in chapter 17, we have to become fully materialized in this Moorish science. We have to become really adept, skillful, you know what I'm saying, in the works that the prophet brought to bring this unity into manifest. But first of all, we got to learn to learn to love instead of hate. Islam, we have to learn it. You know what I'm saying? Not talk about it, learn it. Islam, appreciate each other. Islam, knowing that we each have a talent that's committed to our charge, we have to bring that talent up and offer it to build the nation up. Islam.
Islam. Indeed. The unity of life. No man lives unto himself. For every living thing is bound by cords to every other living thing.
Yes, sir.
Islam, if I could say something before you move on to
Islam,
that next
Grand Sheik.
question. Just going off of what you spoke on with unity, it seems like unity's not really going to be achieved unless we are truly practicing the lessons from our Holy Quran, right? When we come in and master the lessons and we actually, really, because then the conflicts and things like that, we can just float past it. We can blow past all that stuff. Nothing be able to stop us because we'll be so adept, just in handling all these human issues and human things that we have to deal with. It won't be, it won't be, difficult. So definitely, I just wanted to harp on that for a minute before you move on. Definitely, I agree with that. For anybody that's listening is thinking, why is he saying that, man? If we not doing the work on ourselves, we're not even able to achieve at a higher level. It's like people don't really understand what the prophet created, something where we can achieve at a higher level. We no longer, subject to all the stuff that everybody else is dealing with. We can move past it. Islam, I just wanted to yield the floor, but I just wanted to say that Islam.
Very good measure. Islam.
Islam. One of the central teachings given by Prophet Noble Drew Ali was for our people to proclaim their nationality. How should Moorish Americans today understand and properly demonstrate the meaning of nationality in everyday life?
Well, nationality is the order of the day. Without it, you're nothing. You know what I'm saying? Your nationality ties you back to your ancient forefathers' divine creed, etc. to proclaim your nationality the way the prophet had it set up, you have to come to the temple and proclaim before your Grand Sheik and your body of Moors, take out your nationality card. That nationality card attach you to your free national standards of your forefathers. Well, when you're talking about nationality, you're talking about a pedigree. You're talking about something that's deep, something that go way back. You're connecting, you know what I'm saying? You're returning back to your forefathers' ways of life. So to proclaim your nationality is not just getting on Facebook and saying I'm an ill or a Bey, because it's something that comes along with that ill and a Bey. Islam, when you just throw things on yourself, you're doing what Satan do. He titled himself God. Islam, and those attributes are great attributes that's given to us by our prophet to show our sovereignty and our own descent nature, that we're what our forefathers were. Islam. So nationality is deeply important. You're supposed to proclaim in the temple, get your card from your Grand Sheik or your secretary. Islam. Not just jump out and tell somebody ill or no Bey. No, that nationality, blessed is the one who carries card. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing in having a nationality card. Believe that. And it's coming to the fact, it's coming to the issue today where you won't have to be able to stand on that nationality card, not just have it in your pocket, because it'll burn up in your pocket. You got to be able to explain that nationality card, what it means, because it said this is your nationality and identification card for the Moorish Scientific American and birthright for the Moorish American, etc. It tells you how we honor all true and divine prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, and Confucius. You know what I'm saying? It tells you how we're connected with the great I am, Allah, Islam.
Islam.
That's a great question. Before you move in, I want to ask something to that too. Now, so you're saying we need to come in and learn what it means to be Moorish American.
Oh, no doubt.
All right. And I just, I want to ask a question, but adding to that, like, you can't just read about being a Hindu online and then just go and say you're Hindu, and then you show up to the Hindus and you got beef stew or something, and they don't even eat beef, or you claiming that some other like Islamic people, and you show up with pork and all types of stuff, that they don't do, this even offensive to them. And so, same way with everything else in the world, anything that's real, it's not just on the internet. We are real people. We actually have order, man. There's things that Moors are doing that's out of line, that's out of order. We don't do that. We don't do
That's
that.
right.
Yeah, so Islam, before you move on, just if you could speak on that with the meaning of nationality, why people need to actually come and learn. Like, can you give us some examples, just for Moorish Americans that you're not going to know if you're not in the temple? I would tell you, I see this stuff all the time. I see the Moors online, they saying all types of stuff, and be having to teach them about the prophet because they don't know.
Right. May peace and blessing of Allah and honor to his prophet, Noble Jew Ali, once again. There are standards that go along with your nationality, the way you must conduct yourself. Because when you become a Moorish American Muslim, and be honest with you, your whole life switch over, change. You know what I'm saying? Because you learn the spirit of uprightness, independent, and fearlessness. Islam, you learn how to respect others, and how to be a good Moorish American citizen. You don't get your nationality card and still hang on the street corner, still drinking your wine and smoking your weed and chasing the skirts. That's not a Moorish American Muslim. That's somebody playing the fool by half. Islam. So nationality is very important, representing your nation. Islam. And as the Grand Sheik said, you have a lot of individuals on Facebook and other places that tells you, well, I'm a Moorish American. Well, there's rules set by Prophet Noble Drew Ali which make you a good Moorish American. You know what I'm saying? You know, entitled to the name of faithful. We have an entitlement here that entitle us to the name of faithful, Islam.
Islam and gratitude. I'm so glad you said that, you know, and just to come in to know that we do have standards and that we do understand that we have to clean ourselves up. I can't just keep sagging my pants. I can't just keep doing ignorant stuff. I have to do better. It's no longer cool for me to be stupid. Now it's cool for me to be smart, to be wise, to be intelligent.
That's right.
That's right. Up to do better. So it's just glad that you said that, spoke on that, and I yield the floor back to you, brother Clement L.
Islam, and highest gratitude for that question and for that answer, Supreme Grand Sheik.
Islam.
Leadership within the temple carries great responsibility. What qualities and disciplines do you believe are essential for those who are called to serve as sheiks and sheikesses or officers in this era?
Well, Islam, once you become an officer or official, you are supposed to live the life according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and emulating the Prophet footprint. You cannot be a sheik of the Moorish American Temple American and be a half Negro at the same time. That don't work. Because the Prophet connected us to high power. See, the broken wires, the Prophet connected the back. In other words, he raised our thoughts to infinite wisdom, where we can see omnipotent displayed before us. And how we do that by contemplating our frame. So to become a real sheik, you got to be a father. You got to be a spiritual leader. Islam, you got to know these lessons. And you got to be putting these lessons into manifest. Islam, you can't be talking about I'm no sheik, you know what I'm saying? Especially no grand sheik, and you're not doing the things that the Prophet did, Islam, because you are over members, you know what I'm saying? And plus, you are somewhat, perhaps maybe the Sunday school teacher if you don't have one, Islam. So in being official or adept, which means highly skillful. See, that's one thing that the Moors don't understand when they go through these chambers and they call themselves an adept, because it's embarrassing to call yourself an adept. You're not skillful in nothing. All you do is recite and say things that you get out of the Quran. No, there's a talent that goes along with that connect you to high power. You know what I'm saying? That is a real grand sheik, you know what I'm saying? He emulating the Prophet, Islam in words, deeds, and action. So it's a lot that goes with that, man. You have to really clean yourself up. You can't be sitting around here at no lounge. As I say, you can't have your eyes all tight, smoking weed. You gotta get those things up. In other words, you gotta transform. You gotta transmute. You know, you gotta understand what the lesson meant when it say in flesh your man. In flesh your man, there's the essence of the resurrection of the dead, but it's quickened by the holy breath. And the 101 tell us what the holy breath is the truth. You got to come into the light of the truth, the holy breath, Islam.
Islam. That's what that was. Holy breath.
Yes, sir.
Indeed. There's a great deal of confusion in the public about Moorish identity and the Moorish Science Temple of America. What would you like the broader public and even many Moors to better understand about the mission of the temple?
Very simple, very simple. They got to open their Quran and read prophecy, be what you know and not what you told. You know what I'm saying? You know, be what you know and not what you told. Look at it for yourself. Dig into the lessons and get out what the prophets say and make that a part of every other part of your life. Not what, you know, individual is saying, you know, because the mouth of man can say anything, but the prophet lessons is clear. Islam, we got to be what we know. If we say we're a Moorish American, then we should be a Moorish American. Our heart and mind must be pure with love, and our body must be clean with water. If we look at the Constitution and we see above the prophet, is the eye of Allah with his rays spreading down on all those acts. Islam. And if you look at the prophet's in the center of the divine constitution of Allah. And I've said this before. If you look at the prophet Noble Drew Ali and you never ask yourself, what is he doing? By standing there with his right hand in his chest and his left hand on his side. He's invoking the mystical presence of the ancestors and the creator. He's bringing into life what our forefathers worked, and he invested that into his children, you and I, that we carry out these works and become a marvelous nation. Islam. Now, you may hear a lot of things on Facebook. You may hear a lot of discussion on Facebook. But do any of it bring us to the love fest? Do any of it shows us that man got two selves? You know what I'm saying? He got a higher and he got a lower self. Now listen to this, brothers. He got a higher and a lower self. Now we know that the lower self is the carnal self. You know what I'm saying? That selfish one, that ego, that body of desire. You know what I'm saying? The higher self is the law in man, inside of man. That's what the higher self is. It's inside of man. Islam, it has to be activated and brought to the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Become a living manifestation. And pardon the zeal, you know, I get kind of high when I be demonstrating these lessons, Mo. These lessons set me on fire. Islam, Mo. Praise be to Allah. Yes,
Praise
sir.
Allah. Praise Allah, Grand
Praise
Sheik.
Allah. And that's as the brother Moore on the Moon said in the chat, just demonstrate. Please don't apologize for that. Keep it coming. Yes. Islam,
Definitely
brother Kobe, Islam.
setting us on fire for sure. Islam. Highest gratitude, Supreme.
Praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah.
Islam. And again,
Brother Kobe, Islam, Mo.
Islam, Supreme Grand Sheik, Grand Man, honors, all honors to you. Honors to our prophet. Praise Allah. Let's keep the questions going.
Okay.
The balance of spiritual and national work. The prophet taught both spiritual uplift and national development. How should Moorish Americans balance spiritual growth with the practical work of building institutions, businesses, and communities? Islam.
Well, we know this is a thought movement. Thought is the cause of it all. Another thing, we have to realize what the prophet tells us, not what Joe tells us. The prophet said, man is not the body nor the soul. He is a spirit and a part of Allah. He's the look at what your lesson say. Your lesson says man is the very attribute of Allah, the very attribute of Allah. He's the potencies of Allah. You know, let the action of our life show our love to his law. Let the action of our life show our love to his law, meaning that we're carrying out the things that Allah ordained through our prophet ordained through us through his instruction to carry out. You know what I'm saying? To be faithful Muslim, knowing that Islam is a very simple faith and what it requires us to do. That get away from that way that we was taught. We don't believe that man was born in sin. You know what I'm saying? We believe everyone have the seed of perfect development and it rests solely with himself to make a mark his fortune. So that spirituality is consciousness. It's the holy breath. It's the essence that took on a final form. It's that sweet smell, that sweet breath of Allah, that perfume, that odor, that true sensation, and all the love. Now, man is not the body. See, once we understand that we are not the body, then we're closer to the knowledge of death. If we're closer to the knowledge of death, then we know that death is no enemy of man. It's a friend. When the works of life is done, it just cut the cord to bind the human boat to earth that it may sail on smoother sea. So man is a spirit and a part of Allah. So that spirit has to be activated through this vehicle that we're in and bring it into manifest. This is the reason I keep hurling out that we have to learn to love, practice it, meditate on the wonders of Allah's divine love. Islam, Mo.
Islam, Grand Man, and gratitude for that demonstration. The next question will be guidance for the younger generation. Many of the younger people today are discovering Moorish teachings for the first time. What guidance will you offer to the younger generation of Moorish Americans who are seeking knowledge, identity, and the purpose of self-Islam?
Islam, brother Sheik. I cannot say nothing but what the Prophet instructed. We have a pattern. Man need a pattern for his life. He loves to follow, not to lead. Our pattern is the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Islam, it is to emulate in words, deeds, and action. We have 7 acts. We have 7 constitutional acts. We have 7 additional laws. We have a Moorish Quran. We have a Moorish literature. All these things can lead us to the mansion of eternal felicity in the paradise of Allah if we humbly bow ourselves down to them. Islam, one thing the Prophet asks us not to do, not to raise it too high, that thou be not despised. Islam, this is the reason why we take on these minister courses and these numbers of questions are given to you so you can have an understanding of what goes on throughout the diaspora of the world, and you're able to answer all of them. Islam, so we have to be in the spirit of Allah and the Prophet mode. We have to be. We have to emulate the Prophet Noble Drew Ali and stop trying to figure your way out. That's the problem with Moors. Moors be trying to figure, oh, yeah, look, I'm not trying to get into no debate, because I don't do no debating. It is what it is. Get in your lessons. That's what I tell them. No, you ain't get no debate out of me. Get in your lesson. And who, see, one thing about me, more, I asked an individual who is their Sunday school teacher. Because out from your Sunday school come the guys and they say, you got to have a tutor, you got to have an instructor. If you don't have no instructor, how did you get the lesson? Well, I taught myself more, son. No, it's not no Abraham and Lincoln demonstration here, Mo. I'm saying, knowledge is gained through wisdom. And that wisdom we're talking about speaks from out the highest planes of spirit life. We ain't talking about something you just grab out of the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? For information, we're talking about something that's deeply rooted in you that you bring forth and you build on, and you can pass down to the generation coming behind you. Because the young generation need to see some upright, independent, and fearless Moors. They need some Moors that ain't in the babbles of the day. They need to be around some Moors that don't come at each other, make each other ops. But I don't like you because you should have said the, but you said the. No, we don't do that in the Unity Temple. We love you one another. As long as our Prophet has loved us all. You know what I'm saying? So that young generation has to see some strength of Allah. So that means that those of us that's here, we have to overcome some obstacles that we might be. Listen to the lesson that we might be the strength of Allah. Read those lessons carefully. Islam.
Islam, and gratitude for that demonstration. And it's spot on for the guidance for the younger generation. Islam.
That's right. That's right, sir. Yes, sir.
Last question I had for you, and I know this is one of the ones that I listened to a lot of your demonstrations. This question kind of drives home. I love it. Discipline and character. The Prophet often emphasizes moral principles and divine character. In your view, why are discipline and personal character so essential to the rebuilding of our nation, Islam?
Because it takes us onward and upward. And there's 2 chapters. I mean, there's multitudes of chapters, but there's 2 chapters that connect that development, instability and inconstancy. Because instability said inconstancy is powerful in the heart of man. And if I'm not mistaken, that's where we meet Allah. If instability is powerful in the heart of man, we know it's a lot of wearing and waving that we got to go through. You know what I'm saying? Then inconstancy, there's the nature, it's a behavior that causes us to deviate, that we have to get under control and bring some firmness of mind and use that resolute in the intent of our action. See, this is the living manifestation, Moabs. This is the living, this ain't no talking demonstration. This is the living manifestation. This is when you take this more signs unto yourself and stick. You can't save nobody, you gotta go take it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you invest these lessons into your character and your lifestyle. You be consistent with them with firmness of mind, Islam. Firmness of mind, more. You don't let nothing shake you off your square because you know that the public is unstable, ungrateful, and when a man don't see himself, others discover him most plainly. So you leave an example there for someone who's watching, who's listening, who can learn Islam. So we have to be deeply involved into these lessons, Mo. You know, I'll give you a demonstration with myself, Mo. Every day, Mo, every day, Muslim, I'm on it as my character as representing the more scientific American and the Holy Prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Every day I'm on it because the word of my mouth got to be thoughts of my heart. With prudence and caution, I open my lips. You know what I'm saying? It's like a door of a cabinet. It's nothing when it's open, nothing but treasures are poured out before thee. You have to practice these lessons in your words and deeds and actions. All right, you know, like being a Grand Sheik, no, you got that grand there. That means that you done trickle down some fully manifestation of the Holy One. Islam, if you're a Grand Sheik, that means that you really, really investing into this divine movement. You know what I'm saying? You laying your life down. You know, a lot of things we could be doing. Just think. You know, if we didn't have the prophet, God knows where we would be. Probably, you know, somewhere on 63rd Street somewhere. Islam, you know, out here chasing the skirt, pretending to be the wise. Islam, and the prophet tells us about the pretended wise, Mo. You know, all they do is talk. You know what I'm saying? But they don't demonstrate nothing. No disrespect to nobody. I mean, if that's your measure, if that's how you want to unfold by being a talker, and not a demonstrator of the possibility that man may Allah be pleased with you. But if you're a doer, the small things that you do become effective in your life by sharing this more signs with those that have no light. See, what we're doing here tonight, we're bringing one out of darkness into the marvelous light, the marvelous, the knowledge of self. See, this more signs is a science. You know, I wrote some demonstration down, Mo, and I want to share with you since we're on that topic right there, Assistant Grand Sheik Kenu Bey. And it talks about science. Islam. Huh? Islam. Somebody say something? Islam. Science, the knowledge of law and principle. Organized knowledge. You know, growing closer to your maker. Islam. That's what the science is. And we demonstrate more science. You know, we being one with our forefathers. Notice that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, trace it back to your forefathers, the ancient and divine creed. Get out of that dumb junk. Islam. Peace.
Right, Islam
Yes.
and gratitude. Go ahead, brother.
Coach. Oh, Islam, I was just giving honors again. Islam, high honors on the demonstration. Islam, peace and love, spread, Grand Sheik. Islam, I turn that back to you, Grand Sheik.
And I want to leave you with this, Brother Kenu Bey, Assistant Grand Sheik. The mind is both conscious and subconscious spirit. Not ain't no such thing, no unconsciousness. It's subconscious. Islam, and we have to know how to deal through both of them. The mind is to develop us to a firmness where our soul is at. Islam, because those 5 gates must be protected. Remember, those 5 gates must be taken. You know, those 5 senses are gates. We got to protect them and keep the unbelievers away. Islam, thank you. Praise be to Allah.
Islam and gratitude, and hopefully everybody's listening. If not, make sure you go back and rewind this, watch this from the beginning. Supreme Grand Sheik is definitely dropping some jewels here. Not just saying stuff just to try to sound good or sound smart. Dropping natural, real wisdom that you can use to improve yourself and to unfold Allah within you, which is what we actually are striving to do here. So I just want to say gratitude to you. Moving forward, want to speak briefly about the role of local temples. local temples are the foundation of the national movement.
Islam.
What role should the local temples play in uplifting communities and helping Moorish Americans develop, from social, economic, and spiritual perspective?
Yeah, well, Brother Grand Sheik, we have to get off into community a little bit. We're not Masons. We're not some secret organization. Remember, our purpose is to uplift fallen humanity. Now, it's not just 5 or 6 different Moors. We got to take to those that's in the darkness and bring them into the light. A lot of people don't know anything about the Moorish scientific, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? The Moorish scientific been here ever since 1913 AD and before that. Islam. So we have to really, really get out here in the community and work with other groups. They may not be Moorish Americans. They may be the other persuasions. Let them, to them, that's their way and to you, your way. Let Allah be the decider. Islam. But we got to work with the community. And the youth got to see something that they can develop themselves into, beside a basketball or football, or just being a rapper or something of that nature. Nothing wrong with those things when they're on a high level. But we have to teach our brothers and sisters that they're scientists. And they have a talent that's committed to their charge. And there's some things within them they can bring out for we can start building for a better Moorish nation. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be involved in community activities. We have to. And we have to, we don't deal. We're not the Black Panthers. I mean, no disrespect. We're not some hate group running around with our lip poked out. You know what I'm saying? We're the Moorish Science Temple of America, Islam. And the prophet was a universal prophet. Remember that. He didn't just come to us. Remember, he said, come all ye Asiatics and learn the truth about yourself. So our mission is to the four corners of the world as angels, Islam. So we have to get out there and we have to create some programs. You know what I'm saying? Not just, feeding our people is one thing. I noticed that so-called Black people's into that, sticking the chicken wing in your mouth or putting a ball up on your arm. Those things don't bring us to no salvation. You know what I'm saying? Our people need to learn something about themselves. Once they learn about themselves, then they learn the greatness of those that predates them, those that brought them here. We need to learn, we need to dig into ourselves and meditate on the wonders of his love. That's not hard. Get a mirror, stand in the mirror and find out who you are. Some people can't even look at themselves for the embarrassment that they know they are to themselves. But once you become a Moorish American, you become upright, independent, and fearless, Islam, because you're caring for your loved one, Islam, and you're being fortified by the impregnable doctrine built upon love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. So we got to get out there in the community, and as we set each other here tonight on fire with love and holy zeal, as we make each other conscious of our mission to something, we got to make those that don't know nothing about what we're talking about. And don't scare them out. Keep it simple. Islam, Sheik.
Islam, and gratitude for saying that. Definitely, we have to meet people where they're at, and not just in saying that. We have to do that for real. I see that Sister Clement L said in the chat, is everybody celebrating Sacrifice Week? And just in honor of what she said, I want to pull up something from our website for everybody, for all the Moorish American Muslims out there, and all the supporters and well wishers. Make sure that you go to moorishamericans.com, local website for Temple 30, Columbus, Ohio. Go to moorishamericans.com, whether you're on a computer or on a phone. Go to the top and click Temple Store. Assist us in this great work of uplifting fallen humanity. We have a fundraiser going on for us this week. We're gonna be running this whole entire week. We started last week on Thursday or Wednesday, and we're running this all week. We have the tag day chains. You can get the keychains and the buttons. Islam. So yeah, make sure you go to moorishamericans.com. Go to Temple Store, order your keychains and buttons for Tag Week. And when you do that, you're assisting us in our fundraiser in that great, noble work of uplifting fallen humanity. Not sure what's going on. The internet look like it's going kind of slow, but just yeah, when you go there, it's gonna work. I don't know what's going on for me. Looks like my webs, everything just froze up on me. I don't know if you Morris can hear me, but
Yeah, we can hear you. Yes,
all right,
sir.
good, good. Yeah, I'm gonna just close that down for everything crash. So Islam,
Let me
gratitude.
add some. Let me add something to that uplifting because you're talking. That's the chapter what you just got through talking about charity. Charity. Islam, you know, he snowed in his breast the seed of benevolence. The products thereof is charity and love. Islam. A lot of Moors don't have that type of soul, Grand Sheik, that charitable character where know they every living thing is bound by a cord. You know what I'm saying? Those sisters did a great job with those particular key change. You know what I'm saying? And emblem Islam protect Islam. May Allah continue to bless them. Islam. So we should support our own people. If we don't support nobody else, support your own Islam. Because the Prophet said it takes finance to uplift a nation. And when you look at this country, look at it. I don't know if you got your ears to the ground, but each one of us are officials, so we should have our ears to the ground. That this country is on a meltdown. The prophet said that every nation on this earth is going to turn against America. And we got to realize we're sitting in the center of it. You know what I'm saying? We got to make it known that we're here. We can't wait till that fire come, that awful, lawful day, which is sure to come. Every word that the prophet spoke is spirit, and you can see it right now. If you're a true Moorish American, you understand the teachings of the prophet, Islam, and you understand his prophecies. You know what I'm saying? But he says good Moors were going to live. So we got to be charitable. We got to be honorable. We got to respect. We got to support our nation. You know what I'm saying? Support our temples. You know what I'm saying? We have to do the things that we're supposed to do to make us a better reflection unto the world, because we need business out here, you know, because things are getting hard. You know, the money's drying up. You know what I'm saying? Opportunities are drying up. Islam. So we have to make opportunities for our people. You know what I'm saying? We have to do for our own people, or either you're going to be in line with those so-called pretended wise, you know, and that's the prophet said you're going to look down, probably the prophet said you're going to look down and you're going to see your own family running from the fire. And you can't do nothing about it. Your own family gonna be running from the fire because you done told them 3 or 4 times to proclaim their nationality, to get involved. But they're arrogant without power to build while there's no subjection. Islam. So you're gonna look down, you're gonna see your own family running from the fire, and you can't do nothing about it. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to scare nobody, I'm not trying to spook nobody. But this country is at its end. See, we've been living a comfortable life here in the wilderness of America. You know what I'm saying? A comfortable life while we've been watching other people run from bombs and other attacks on their life, or starving, where you see the children reared. You don't want to look down, you have to bite in your flesh and try to feed your own children. Islam, you got to understand that we are Moorish American Muslim. We have the knowledge, we have the science. We need to do something with it, quick, fast, and hurry. Islam.
Islam, Supreme Grand Sheik, want to say gratitude to you for speaking on that, and just bringing that truth to light. Definitely just another wake up call with just what you said. I mean, whether we realize it or not, we are privileged here, even if people thinking that we have it all bad. I mean, Supreme Grand Sheik, I don't know if you noticed, but my wife and I used to live in a third world country, man. We lived in Brazil for about 5 years. We're not from there.
Okay.
We
Okay.
not from there. We moved overseas and lived out there. And just saying, yeah, definitely, we got it made here, because man, we about to have an event at the library too tomorrow, downtown Columbus. We will be at the downtown library on Grand Avenue, having an Eid celebration. But just saying that library is open to the public, and they have high tech, new computers. Anybody could get high speed access to the internet for free.
Islam.
You don't even have to have a home. You can be homeless. You can come and get internet. And they have all these other services there too that are free to the public. And it's just that's not a worldwide thing. People worldwide don't have that. Some countries don't even have electricity all day and night. You know, it's some countries where when it gets dark outside, the electricity cut off for the whole nation. And yeah, war and all of this stuff. And yeah, we have to make use of what we have right here, not sometime in the future, right here and now. We have to make it happen. So definitely, glad you spoke on that. And just, for the people that's listening, some more, understanding of what we have to do right here and now. We got to make it happen. We can't wait on anyone. So, yeah, it definitely, you Moors watching, click that link, go support, grab some of those tags and keychains, give them to your family members. Let's support each other. All right. And when you support us, you're doing a great work to help us to uplift fallen humanity right here with
Islam, Chief. Islam. And another thing, we got to be charitable. Islam, we got to help each other. Islam, I don't usually say that, but you definitely got to be in signs of looking out for your Grand Sheik too. Know what I'm saying? Because a lot of things I do on my own. Islam, and that's not how the Prophet had the movement hooked up. Islam, we're supposed to have a grand treasure. Islam, we're supposed to put a grand treasure together. Know what I'm saying? Where we could help each other. Know what I'm saying? Get through the days or nights or travels, etc. Because I need to get up there where you all at to be able to sit down with you in the flesh, Islam. And demonstrate Islam. So, and as the Prophet said, he's not coming unless the temple is right, Islam. So the temple got to have the abilities to pull the Grand Sheik over so he can come and see what's demonstrating, Islam, etc. I want to say this also. In Temple 30, you got a few of your Moors, the Grand Sheik is taking the minister course, Islam. And that's a blessing that they were thirsting to take that course, because that is a unique course. I was given that course, but I was giving it on 300 different questions. I shortened it up because to make it a little bit more simple, Islam. But we have to know that becoming a minister, you'll be able to go into the benefits that once I say, if you pass, and I know many of you are going to pass because you are enlightened Moors, I know that you, through your certificate, I don't know if you have tried it out, you can get into old folks' home, you can go into hospitals. Some Moors can go into the county jail to teach because you got your divine minister papers. Islam. So don't just get the paper and put it on the wall. Go get it, go downtown and get it registered, you know what I'm saying? So you can get into these institutions knowing that you're a minister of the Moorish Temple of American and you've been tried and true by the Drew. Islam, and that's certified you because the Moorish Temple is a lawfully chartered religion incorporated organization, and through her revised statute, we can do all these things. Islam. So don't just get the certificate. I'm just talking to those that perhaps may become ministers. Don't just get the certificate and stick it on your wall. Get it down, man. Shrink it down to a wallet size. You know what I'm saying? Go into these institutions so that you're a minister, because some of them have benefits for you. Islam, as the Moorish American, believe that. Some of them have benefits, especially the Department of Correction. If you can get up in there, Islam, you can get a benefit for being a minister. Islam, and hospitals and stuff, and doing a lot of charitable acts. Islam. Just want to put that out there.
Islam and gratitude, and definitely we're working on that for here locally in Ohio. I wanted to ask you too, moving on to history, Moorish history, looking back at the history of the Moorish Science Temple of America since the time of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. What lessons do you believe that the Moors today must remember and apply moving forward?
Mo, that's a large question, but it's a small answer. Know thyself and Allah. Islam, the Prophet talked that you may hear a lot of different demonstrations about what happened, what took place with our Prophet, Noble Drew Ali. See, a lot of people don't understand. You come from the same source that I came from, D. Bailey Ill. Islam, I used to sit down and talk to D. Bailey Ill. He expressed a lot of things to me. But before D. Bailey Ill, I was 957, you know what I'm saying, with a lot of different elder Moors, and they would always say that the prophet wanted the Moors to be upright, you know what I'm saying, in their approach on everything, and know that this is a thought movement. And we know thought is the cause of it all. We have to really get into the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Not teaching, you got other people that be on Facebook, I'll mention no name, that says that they have the knowledge of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. But there's but one prophet and one Allah and one temple. Islam, all you gotta do is follow the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and you're right. If you look back on a few things with people that's historical that's in the books, like Clement Bey and Sheik or things of that nature, don't get caught up on studying them, Islam, because remember what the prophets say, this movement is guided by Allah and Allah alone. So you can try, but your own bad planet gonna bring down wrath upon your head like the sword of Damocles trees, Scooty Cunning, because you're gonna always find a difficult path to travel in the ranks of the Moors. Ain't gonna never go right for you because you keep people in the shadow stream. Islam, when you look at brother, I want to just say like Brother Clement Bey. A lot of people don't know that he was off the north side of Chicago, and that a lot of story you may hear about this guy, this brother, know what I'm saying? Some is true and some is false. But he did not in no way have no 92 different language. No way. He was over there with them Polacks, and he knew how to speak their language, and he knew a few things. And the prophet liked this guy, Islam. He liked this guy, Islam. But this brother here was, I just want to say, I'm not trying to make any different. This brother had some thoughts of his own with a few more people, and he did some things that kind of like changed the movement to some degree, Islam, by implementing his rules and regulations, Islam. But that's another story. We can get into that when the Grand Sheik wants to come back and demonstrate that. But I just want to put that out there that we truly have some, as we say, some smelly corpus among us, Islam, that's with insidious plans, that wants to take the movement to another side rather than straight ahead like the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And another thing that, people say that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali passed from bronchitis, but how is that when he created teas, herbs, and compounds? That's not true, Mo. That's not true. And remember this, there's a story about, I think that's 40th and Wabash. There was a police station there on 40th and Wabash, and they arrested the prophet. And this when things kind of got bad, and it's known that they made the prophet sit on a block of ice, if you know what that means. You know what I'm saying? That can cause a lot of trauma in the body. It's a lot of stories that Moors are not telling, you know what I'm saying, about the Moorish scientific man, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. It's not, our prophet was mistreated, man. He was deeply mistreated, man, by some who proclaim to love him today. He was mistreated, man. We got to show that love and respect, because the Prophet Noble Drew Ali is the one that brought you and I out of darkness into the marvelous light. Islam, a lot of things went on with Prophet Noble Drew Ali. You know what I'm saying? But his latent powers are still here, and he got some strong Moors today, us, Islam, that carry this movement on. I just wanted to put that little history, because I got a long history that I want to, I hear people talking about the history, but I don't hear the things that I was taught. You know what I'm saying? Coming into,
Keep going. I'm just telling the AI, I'm gonna run it back to have it make clips out of some of this. So I'll make sure it clips that. Yeah, so we can come back to that.
Yeah, Grand Sheik. A lot of history is not being told about the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. You got one talk about the prophet was in the temple, one came in the temple and chased the prophet around the temple with a knife You know what I'm saying? That's falsehood, Mo. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know why one would say something like that. Then you have things where, you know, like Lomax Bey, the first Supreme Grand Governor, stood up in front of 1,500 people and denounced the Prophet, Islam. But you gotta understand, we got agents everywhere. You got a lot of agents. Know them when you see them. Know them when you hear them, man. Know them when you feel them, man. You know, it ain't your age, it's your energy, man. Keep your energy up. That's why you see me, I'm always in the gym, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe that, oh, you getting old. We get old, you can't move no more. You can't even pick up a penny when you're old. You know what I'm saying? Stay in that gym. What health is to the body is honesty to the soul. You know what I'm saying? Keep your light on, Mo. I'm just saying, but there's a lot of history that we need to unfold about the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I don't know if you all have that prophecy pamphlet of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, but you should get it and get it from the Supreme Grand Governor, where statements of the Prophet Islam, where the Prophet revealed a lot of things that was going to unfold, and they unfolded now. Islam. I just want to put that out there. I don't want to spook nobody out or cause nobody lose confidence in the Prophet. But there's a lot of things they say about Noble Drew Ali that's not true. And as far as the argument with the Nation of Islam and the Moorish sign is worthless. Don't even get in that argument. Don't even get in that comment. It's worthless. You know what I'm saying? Because Prophet Noble Drew Ali did what he's supposed to do, and we still here. You know what I'm saying? Honorable Elijah Muhammad did what he wanted to do, and they demonstrate what they demonstrate. But we can learn something from them, from their discipline. You know what I'm saying? How they building on their demonstration. Islam. And they are an organized group, so we shouldn't be saying things about these people that's derogatory. Islam, you know, we should learn to love instead of hate and work with people that's working with us. Islam. I just want to put those things out there, but those things are important to me more. You know what I'm saying? That's why we classify ourselves the Unity Temple. We for unity. We don't care what brand body you from. If you live in according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and you all right with us. If you attend your meeting and paying your dues and keeping in line with all necessities, you're all right with us. No, we're not into, oh, you over there, you over there. The Moorish Temple, man, it has a big apparatus. It's a big nation of individuals, south, east, north, and west throughout the country and outside the country. Islam. And we have to respect others, grand bodies, other people of the temple. Not well, your Grand Sheik ain't teaching you right. Well, that's not good. You know what I'm saying? That causes confusion, Mo. Islam? Just gonna put that out there. Islam.
Islam gratitude, Grand Sheik, and just man, there's more in Trinidad, Barbados, Jamaica, Bahamas,
Yes, sir.
and much more that we don't even know about. You know?
That's right, yes, sir.
And me and the Moabites, we was in Honduras last year, and the people there in I got the shirt on, Roatan, Honduras, and the people there look like us, the people on the screen. Majority of the people, you know, dark skinned, you know, Asiatics, and it's like, man, and they speak English too. You know what I'm saying? So we could vibe with them and connect with them just like that because we speak the same language and we have so much more in common. So yeah, definitely, this is the great connector. Now I appreciate you, gratitude to you for saying that. I wanted to ask about the vision for the future now as Supreme Grand Sheik. What is your vision for the Moorish Science Temple of America and the Moorish Nation in the upcoming years?
Well, actually, Mo, we are working on some things right now. I and the Supreme Grand Governor, Supreme Chairman, and Assistant Supreme Grand Sheik, we're working on some things to get. Actually, our convention won't be in where we usually have it. Going to be somewhere else. Islam, and we want to establish a Moorish manufacturer called the Industrious Moorish Americans. It's where we bring these different skills on how to create little crafts, you know, like have a belt shop and a multitude of other things. Well, I'm thinking that we want to get something like a warehouse and fix it up, Islam, and start building it. And then also we want to get a Moorish restaurant. We got a lot of things on the table, Mo. And we're trying to get Moors involved in these things. And we know it takes finance. And that's the purpose of having a connection. Did anybody seen me on Facebook? Looked like I was at a little gathering. That was that Ford who won his congressional, well, not the Congress seat. He learned to be the candidate for the Congress after Danny Davis. I kind of worked with him. So you got to get some of these ideas from these so-called black people. Hey, don't fool yourself. Islam, you got to sit down and talk to some of these so-called black people. Because as Marcus Garvey said, intelligent rules the world, ignorant carries the burden. A lot of these brothers and sisters are very intelligent. They know how to operate, how to build. You know what I'm saying? And this is the reason the prophet had do priests and other people around him. Prophet had people around him that can do something. You don't want nobody around you that can't do nothing. Islam. So we want to do something by 2027 that we can say that we accomplished rather than just talking. I mean, talking is good when you're building character, but we need substance. We need how to go out here and put things, brick and mortar together. Islam. We need to know how to do these things. Islam. So more we're working on it. Like I said, we're working on it. We're working hard. But like I tell everybody, y'all the hammer, y'all the chisel. You know what I'm saying? I'm the spirit of Allah and the spirit of the prophet to bounce that demonstration, the affect your character and make you come into the marvelous light. Praise be to Allah. Islam.
All right, Islam. Want to say gratitude to you for answering that. And we have 3 closing questions for you. We're just gonna ask those. Let's just go in the same order we went in with Brother Clement L and Brother Bey, and then I'll ask last. So if you have time, we just want to take those 3.
Yeah, Mo, I'm at home, Mo.
All right,
I'm good. I'm at home. Go ahead, demonstrate your measure.
All right, Islam.
Islam, praise Allah, and highest gratitude. Supreme Grand Sheik, as we bring this conversation to a close, if you were speaking directly to Moorish Americans across the nation, those in temples, those still seeking, and those who may not yet understand their identity, what final message would you leave with them about who we are and what is required of us in this time?
Well, my message is the prophet that we should learn to love instead of hate. We should come out of all this confusion, all this indifference, and connect with each other because we can learn something from one another. Islam, become more familiar with mankind as our interest be friendly to mankind as the man to be friendly to us. We should follow the teachings of the prophet, Noble Drew Ali. That's what we should be doing. Islam, my message to all the Moorish Americans is to learn to love instead of hate and appreciate each other. We can find a lot of stuff that we don't like about one another. Believe that. We can find a lot of things that we don't like about each other. But man unfolds as the bud unfolds. Islam. So unfold like a bud, a flower, and be a blessing and a lesson to your brother and your sister. Islam. Peace.
Islam, and highest gratitude, Supreme.
Islam. Mo.
Islam, Grand Man. My question for the closing: as we look towards the future, what do you believe Moorish Americans must become, and what responsibilities does each Moor have in helping to build that future? Islam.
Islam. First of all, we got to be industrious, become more active in building and dwelling in community, society. That's number one. We got to be more active and be clear on our mission. and building for the salvation of our people, you know. Those questions are very good questions, and they're very simple answers to them. You know, we need to get out here. I'm telling you, we need to get out here and affect the public. I'm telling you, that's what we need to be able to do, to affect the public, because they're waiting on us. Islam believes that. Islam?
All right, Islam, Grandmaster. Islam.
Yeah.
Last question for you. Okay, so looking at Prophet Noble Drew Ali, if the Prophet was standing here before us today, say he's observing the condition of our people, what do you believe he would be urging Moorish Americans to do right now?
Well, actually, Mo, if the Prophet was standing here right today, he'd be showing a lot of Moors the front door. Islam? I'm not trying to be funny, Mo. The Prophet he'd be showing the pretender wise, you know, get the hints, because you're not ready for this great mission. Islam? The Prophet was a man of diligent work, of love and peace. And I keep telling you, love is the only savior of the world. I can't talk about nothing but love. Love is Allah. The Prophet would actually be looking for us to be much more advanced than we are today, Mo. With everything that the Prophet brought, when you look in your lessons and you see, that's why, remember I started off talking about a puzzle. You know, this puzzle got to be put together with the faithful, not the non-faithful, the faithful. You got a lot of people out here say they're Moorish American, but they're not acting in the movement, Mo. They're not active at all. Islam, they're not showing the unity. You know, like say, for instance, you have one proclaim his nationality, and once they get their card, notice they don't come back to the temple. And notice the next thing you know, you hear about them trying to teach Moorish signs on their own. Notice that, Mo. A lot of these Moors do not know the teachings of the Prophet. And first of all, they don't know how to be their higher self. Islam. And so if the Prophet was standing here today, I think the Prophet would have the front door open. Out of 16, how the Prophet get them lift the Moorish American by teaching them to be themselves. You know what I'm saying? Knowing their higher and their lower self, and knowing that Allah is leading on the victory, sure. The Prophet would tell a lot of Moors that they need to turn in their cards, the feds, keep wearing their turban and fed, and return back to their state in which the Prophet found you. This is not a game, Mo. This is not a street game. This is a national divine movement. Let me make it perfectly clear. And it's for all Asiatic to have an ear to hear. This is where the Prophet said, come all ye Asiatic and hear the truth about yourself. You're not Negroes. Learn of your forefather ancient divine creed. You know what I'm saying? Learn to love instead of hate. That's gonna forever be on my tongue. Learn to love instead of hate. But if the Prophet was here standing here today, and I'll be helping him showing people to the door. Islam, because I'm gonna play my part as a faithful member of the Moorish Scientific American. And I always appreciate these questions, Mo, because they educate me to look a little deeper in myself about things that we need to be doing. So I'm thankful to Allah for you, Sheiks, Islam, because you surely have showed your adaptation tonight. You know what I'm saying? And it's an honor and a blessing to be on here, Islam. Usually I don't do these demonstrations, but you know, if the brother called on me, it's my duty to step up. Islam, you know, I was supposed to be on another demonstration, but the brother had something to do, so we reestablished that demonstration for the second week of May. And he wanted to talk about the science, the Moorish Science Temple of America, and what that Moorish science means. And I explained to him the knowledge of self, the higher and lower self, you know, and utilizing the things that the Prophet has given us, you know what I'm saying, to build a stable nation, you know. But I advise you, Moors, to get into the chapter instability and inconstancy. Once you find some consistency in yourself, where you can be steadfast in what the Prophet instruct, you're near the pinnacle of wisdom, Mo. Now you like the bee, the caucus, you know what life is to the heart of man. You like that bird enclosed in the cage before he see it, but yet tearing out his flesh against his side. You ain't labeled values to run the state you are in. You're demonstrating the Moorish American Muslim. So if the prophet was standing here today, I keep saying, I'm going back to that question. I think the prophet will advise the Moors that they have misunderstood everything that he has brought. Islam. So hold fast your fidelity. Islam and forsake it not. And be enamored with the beauty of truth. And that word enamored is in love. Be in love with it. You know, all times are not alike, but in the end, it's for the best. And remember, this is a thought movement. And to those that are listening and have not proclaimed their nationality, know that nationality is important. A nation without it is nothing. You can say, yeah, I'm a Negro, I'm a black, I'm a color, but those are not nationality. Those are things that you mark people with, like you mark a cow or you mark your property. You know what I'm saying? You know, you come into the light of being a Moorish American, you free. So act like you're free. Islam.
All right, Islam. I appreciate you for coming on, dropping this wisdom. And I just wanted to ask you one more thing now for everybody that's tuning in, for people who may just now be tuning in. Please share some advice for how Moors can link up with the Unity Temples. You know, what,
Yes,
what
sir.
can they do? What can they do? What should they do?
Yeah, that's a good thing. You got a good audience. People will listen when they know it can benefit them, and not just materialistic, but it can benefit you spiritually and morally. It's about your education, about knowing who you are. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say these last words because, man, look, the prophet has freed Kenu Bey. I got 51 years in the Moorish American Temple of America. 51 years consistently, Mo. 51 years, and I come out the streets, Mo. So don't tell me what another person can't do. I come out the streets, Mo, banging on the prophet door. You know what I'm saying? Holding on to the prophet garment. Islam. And Allah bless me, man. He blessed me with some good Moors like you all. Islam. To demonstrate, that's why I don't love it for myself, but the good it may be up to others. So hold fast to that rock you got around your neck and learn to love instead of hate. I keep that out front. Learning, like you're in school, learn how to love instead of hate. Don't get caught up. Know that man is not the body nor the soul. He's the spirit and the part of Allah. Islam, praise be to Allah and honor.
All praises due to the Most High, Father God Allah. For the Moors in Chicago, in that area, please let them know, what days and times can they come to the temple.
Islam, if you're in Chicago, our holy day meeting is from 7:30 to 9. And on Sunday school, it's from 1:30 to 3. You'll catch me on the Sunday school, but I don't hardly speak on holy days. The prophet said to talk much is food and fire. Not telling nobody not to stop talking, but if you're a Grand Sheik, you allow your other officials to unfold. You know what I'm saying? And they'll get you at Sunday school if you don't have a Sunday school teacher. So I don't have a personal Sunday school teacher, so I am the Sunday school teacher. Islam. So we at 838 West Marquette Road, Chicago, Illinois, 60621. Come and see us, come, and take out your father and your mother. That would be your nationality card, you know what I'm saying, and become a part of the work of the Moorish American Temple of America. We thanking Allah forever giving me the breath of heaven. I thank Allah for everything that's good, was, and ever more to be. All praise be to Allah. And don't forget to the charity demonstration that our Grand Sheik talked about. Islam, don't forget that. And don't forget your Grand Sheik Kenu Bey too. He can do a little help. Hit him every now and then with a couple of dollars. Islam, not begging, I'm just demonstrating. It help the work a little better. Islam, praise be to Allah.
Islam, a servant is worthy of his hire, and definitely gratitude for sharing the information for the temple out there in Chicago. And for Moors out there, if there's no temple near you, just reach out to us. You can always go to moorishamericans.com. Reach out. We do hold our meetings physically, but also on Zoom, so you can We'll give you the info. You can call in on Zoom. We'll look and reach out to see if there's any Moors near you or a temple near you. We'll get you linked up with them. But, you know, distance and things like that's not going to stop you from joining and proclaiming your nationality. So come on in. There's no need to wait. I know it's people out there.
Bro. Send me, pardon for cutting you off, Grand Sheik. Send me that information, because one day I might want to attend your service.
Islam, we'll definitely get that over to you. We're gonna text that to you right now, and yeah, for everyone else too, we'll text that info to you. I know it's Moors in Kansas and just, you know, Iowa, all over the place, in different places where you don't really see any Moors, or, you know, there's no temples out there. So just link up with us and we'll figure it out. Let us figure it out. Yeah, just putting that out there for you. And we appreciate you all for tuning in. One more time, I want to ask everybody that came in here to hit the like and share buttons. Help, you know, to get the algorithms up so that they can send more people that's looking for this information here. And then, of course, you like and share this so that your friends and family can see this. Everybody do that. Now, please drop the info for people to send a donation. For the folks that want to support, like with us, we had, you know, for the tag day, go to MoorishAmericans.com, go to the Temple store, get the tag keychains and the buttons, and to support the Supreme Grand Sheik, just let me know. We'll share that cash app.
Praise you too, Lord.
What's the name to put it here? I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the chat. Put it up here on the screen for people too, and we'll put that in the description. If you don't have it, we'll just get it later. We'll put it in the video description so people can send a donation. We're going to go ahead and move on. I want to ask everybody, just hang on, watch the videos. Make sure you support also the book, Unlocking the Keys. Great book. You could say it's almost like it's not even almost. It's basically a self-help book. Moorish using the Prophet's lessons, because as the Supreme Grand Sheik said, Prophet Noble Drew Ali is a universal prophet. He came to teach us. Look at that. Supreme Grand Sheik got a copy too.
No doubt.
Teach us to uplift fallen humanity, to unfold Allah within. And that's
yes, sir.
That's something that we all need to do, even if you don't think so. That's what's holding you back. So, yeah, unfold your true potential. Look at that. The Sheik got it. Islam, Brother Cole Bey. Islam, get your copy, Morris. Get your copy. We're going to go ahead and get up out of here. Appreciate you all. Make sure you go to the video description, click on that, or click on the link on this video that's going to play. Get your copy. Peace and love, everybody.
Unlock the keys.
One more thing for you.
To Moorish identity.
Go, Grand Sheik. Sheiks, you got to demonstrate your HI. You know what I'm talking about. Islam? Demonstrate your HI. Islam? May Allah continue to bless you. And with that, we say peace.
Islam. Peace and love.
Islam. Peace and love.
Unlock the Keys. A
Hey,
powerful
peace.
guide to Moorish identity, divine law, and self-mastery. Praised by sheiks and scholars alike, and Moors across the nation are calling it a must-read. Grab your signed copy now at MoorishamAmerican.com for just $23. Or get the paperback on Amazon, also $23. Prefer digital? The Kindle version is only $3.99.
Don't let your history start at slavery. Join with Moorish Science Temple, a lawfully chartered Islamic organization, and proclaim your nationality while helping us uplift fallen humanity. Founded by American prophet Noble Drew Ali and consistently promoted plans for the betterment of humankind. We are located in Columbus, Ohio. Visit our website www.moorishamericans.com and follow us on social media. We hold live meetings on Zoom every Friday and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give us a call at 614-407-4394 if you would like to join or send donations to help us uplift fallen humanity.
Highest quality handmade fezzes. crafted fez with the finest wool, complete with tassel and leather sweatband. Wear the national headdress of Moorish Americans with pride and respect. 3XL size fez is a comfortable fit for brothers with dreadlocks. Shipping worldwide. Go to moorishfez.com to order.
CareMore is a non-profit organization focused on providing goods and services to families and individuals in our underfunded communities in Central Ohio. We have created an online presence to reach members of our Central Ohio communities, as well as local events and meetings to give away supplies and donations throughout the city all year long. Visit our website to learn more and to send a donation.
Every day, billions of searches are conducted online, therefore it is critical that your company stands out to the small percentage of clients who are essential to your business. Our team of local digital marketing consultants and SEO experts is eager to help your company achieve its goals through a consultative approach, top Google rankings, and collaboration with industry experts. Here at Adept Marketing Solutions, we stand for integrity, dedication, ingenuity, and results. We know how to navigate the ever-changing digital landscape and what brands must do to succeed. Visit our website to see what we can do to help you reach your goals. Fez Caps blends Moorish style with modern streetwear hats. The cutting-edge design features Moorish symbols with a silk tassel on the dome of the cap. More than just a fashion statement, Fez Caps represents something powerful and ancient within you. Go to fezcaps.com to order your Fez Cap now.